All right, so let's go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. We'll place our hands on our knees. Begin to root down through the sits bones. And we close the eyes if this is comfortable. And take a moment to check in with the body. So in these uncertain times, we may be finding ourselves clenching through the neck, jaw, and shoulders. So let's take a big inhale, drawing our shoulders up by our ears. Exhale, audibly exhaling out. Again, inhaling, bringing shoulders up. And exhale, rolling. With a softness in the face, a bit of space between the teeth, ease in the shoulders. I invite you to tune within. And so there's so many things happening and changing day by day, sometimes even by the hour. But this evening, I invite you to look within to the things that don't change. Starting on a physical level, you can feel your steady heartbeat, or the lungs breathing. The spine long and supporting the center of your being. On a more subtle level, the gaze deepens within to what we call the witness or the observer, the part of you that doesn't change. And depending on your yoga and meditation practice, it may be difficult to tune into this part. However, just recognizing that it exists, and perhaps you'll get to know it a little bit better through practice. With our inhale, we'll sweep the arms up to the sky. We'll bring our palms to touch and exhale the hands to the heart space. With the backs of the thumbs against the breastbone here, I invite you to dedicate your practice planting that dedication in the heart space, sealing it with one full deep inhale and a complete exhale. Again, we'll sweep our arms up to the sky. And exhale, we'll cactus the arms down, lifting just below the collarbones up to the sky. We'll create some space in the torso for breath, so we'll bring our arms out in front of us, weave the hands together, and bring the palms out long, and inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale the hands over to the right. Pause. Take a big inhale into the ribs. With your exhale, draw navel to spine, engage the core, and come back up. Inhale, reach long. Exhale to the opposite side, feeling space in between the ribs. Big inhale, filling up. Navel to spine, draw up. Coming back to center, now drawing the elbows back as much as you comfortably can. Shoulder blades kind of kissing behind you. And we'll rest the fingertips on the mat. Drop the chin towards the chest. And if you are going to follow along with the playlist and haven't done so already, I would recommend starting it now. And begin to trace your collarbones with your chin. So you're just going to start to draw the chin along the line of the collarbones, feeling a bit of release in the muscles along the neck. And we'll pause with our chin over towards our right shoulder. Allow the left shoulder to be relaxed. And we'll slide the chin over to the opposite shoulder. Breathing ease and spaciousness into these muscles. We'll drop the chin towards our sternum. Bring hands to the knees. Exhale, round the spine. Allow the heart to open up through the shoulder blades. Inhale, draw the chest forward. And we'll return to our neutral spine and let's roll over to all fours, tabletop position. And just move the spine in a way that feels intuitive to you. So perhaps it's cat and cow, maybe it's barrel rolls. From what I can tell from my students in class this evening, most of you are experienced practitioners, so I trust you to make the movements with your body that feel good and help you to open up after a long day. We'll cross our ankles over and begin to sit between our feet. Coming back to seated. Soles of the feet on the mat. Crossing our right leg, our right ankle over our left thigh. Figure 4 here. So nice stretch into the quad or into the glutes, to the back side of our hips. Pressing fingertips into the mat, keep the heart lifted. Begin to lengthen out the left leg. You can keep the figure 4 style here in your legs or bring the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. And just begin to lean over the left leg, breathing into the hamstrings. Inhale, roll up the spine. We'll bend the left knee and plant the right foot onto the mat. Again, hands behind us and now crossing left ankle over right thigh. Keep the heart lifted as we draw the chest towards the shin, breathing into the back of our left hip. Keeping the jaw soft, keeping the gaze soft. Begin to lengthen out the right leg. And again, you can keep the cross of the ankle over the thigh or shift so that the foot is to the inside of the thigh. Inhale the arms up to the sky and exhale, fold over the right leg. Rounding the spine, we can breathe into the right hamstrings. With an inhale, we'll begin to round the spine up to neutral. Plant the right foot to the mat, plant the left foot to the mat, hands behind us. Inhale, lift the hips up, pressing hands and feet into the mat. Shoulders away from the ears, strong in our navel to our spine. Big inhale, fill up the belly. Exhale, let it all out. One more time, big inhale, lift the hips, press the feet into the mat. Exhale. We'll begin to sit the sit bones down, wrap the arms around the shins, pausing for a moment to reflect. Perhaps, once again, finding the thing that is unchangeable within us. And from here, let's go ahead and come to a downward facing dog. We can bring the feet behind us, lift the tailbone up to the sky, bending our knees, sit bones reach up, spine is long. Maybe bending the left knee and then bending the right knee. Finding some stillness in your downward facing dog. Feel your breath travel along the whole central channel of your spine. Inhaling all along the spine to the tailbone. Exhale out, finding rooting and grounding through the hands and the feet. We'll shake the head, yes, and then shake our head in a no, or kind of like a figure 8 style, releasing the muscles along the neck. And take a nice slow walk to the space in between your hands. We'll hang out in that forward fold. So checking in with the body here. Knees can be bent as much as they need to be if you're feeling tight in the hamstrings. Grabbing opposite elbows or wrapping your arms around your legs. We'll drop the hands down to the mat. Bend a little more deeply into the knees and slowly roll it up. Shoulders will roll up and back. Our arms will rest alongside the body. We stand tall, head resting on the shoulders, jaw is soft. The eyes can be closed or a soft gaze forward as once more we draw the attention within to those things that don't change. A heartbeat providing the rhythm of our life. Our lungs creating prana. With an inhale, we'll sweep the arms up to the sky. Palms will touch overhead and we'll exhale, fold forward. Lead with your heart on the way down. With an inhale, we'll give that half lift, maybe fingertips to the mat or hands to shins. Exhale, plant hands, step back, high plank pose, and lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. So again, I know most of you are experienced practitioners, so I trust you to do the things that are best for your body in terms of vinyasa. Coming to downward facing dog, we'll inhale, roll forward, high plank pose. So draw your navel towards your spine, press your hands into the mat, and begin to tap one knee at a time towards the earth. The crown of the head reaches forward. We find a strong core supporting us. And the next time you're even there, we'll exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale with your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. We'll bring the palms to touch and hands back to the heart space. Once again, inhaling, sweeping arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, plant hands, step back, high plank or knees, chest, chin. Cobra or upward facing dog with our inhale. Roll the shoulders away from the ears in that upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Beautiful. So Nicole, try bending your knees a little bit and lifting your tailbone a little higher up to the sky. Yeah, and then maybe step in a little bit with your feet as well. Yeah, and then bend your knees, lifting sit bones up a little. There you go. Does that feel okay? Okay, good. We'll roll forward to high plank pose. Nice and strong once again, and begin to tap your toes out to the side. So out of the edges of the mat, side to side, again, finding strength in our core. Once you've evened out, we'll exhale, returning to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up the heels, bend the knees, and take a big hop, big steps towards the front of your mat. Inhale to half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Palms will touch, and we'll bring the hands back to the heart space. And here I invite you to do one more sun salutation A, moving at your own breath, at your own pace. We'll all meet in a downward facing dog. Beautiful. Y'all look so good. I love your different variations of what you did. So in our downward facing dog, we'll lift our right leg up to the sky. Let's bend it at the knee, open our right hip on top of our left hip, and maybe roll out the ankle, roll out the knee joint. Keep the both hands evenly pressed into your mat. And from here, like you're drawing a circle with the knee, draw it out towards the side, draw it forward, draw knee towards elbow, and then back to three-legged dog. So keep going just like that, exhaling forward and exhaling, or inhaling back. So exhale, come forward. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. We'll return to three-legged dog with right leg lifted and plant the right foot next to the left foot. And let's do it again on the left leg, lifting left leg up to the sky. We can bend it at the knee, roll out our ankle, roll out our knee, maybe stack the hips on top of each other for a little bit of warm up here. And again, drawing the knee out towards the side. Draw knee towards ankle with the exhale, and then back to your three-legged dog. So move with your own breath. And we'll return to a downward facing dog, left foot planting next to our right foot. From here, let's inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the spine, strong in the core. Plant right foot in between the hands. Left heel lifts off the mat, and we come to crescent lunge. Right knee over right ankle. Left heel extending back. Hips point forward. And we're going to do the same thing we did earlier here. Clasping our hands together. Palms forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale the hands over to the right. Pause to take a big inhale. Exhale, engage navel to spine, reach up. With your next exhale, open up the arms wide. Lift just below the collarbones up to the sky. With an inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, lean forward, reach the arms back as the chest reaches forward. Like you're about to leap off of your mat. Ground through the right foot, step the left foot forward, fingertips down to the mat, inhale, chair pose. Weight in heels, toes light, breath even. Lifting up our heels, reaching fingertips back. Dropping chest towards the quads. If you can, keep the heels lifted as you inhale, lifting the arms all the way up to the sky, drawing everything in towards your midline. And exhale, bring the hands back to the heart space, grounding through the heels. Backs to the hands into the breastbone. Pausing and reflecting. We'll inhale, sweep arms up to the sky. And exhale, fold forward. So I should say here that if any time you wish to skip a vinyasa and press to downward facing dog, please do. Otherwise, follow with your own breath and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. We'll draw navel or nose to navel. That's a knee to nose, and bring it to crescent lunge, planting left foot in between the hands. Right leg reaches back, inhaling, arms up to the sky. Weaving the hands together again. Maybe you take the opposite weave. We'll inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands over to the left. Draw left hip back into the socket, extend right leg back just a little bit more. With an exhale, engage navel to spine and come up. Take an inhale to fill. Exhale, cactusing the arms down. Lifting just below the collarbones to the sky. We'll inhale the arms up. And exhale, lean forward with the chest. Fingertips reach back. Chin towards the sternum. Find the long line of energy from the crown of the head to the base of your right heel. Weight comes forward to the left foot. Step forward with right foot. Fingertips to the mat. And we inhale to chair pose. Toes light, weight in heels. Now from here, we'll begin to lift up the heels. Dropping our torso towards our thighs. Fingertips reach back. Now, if you're stable and feeling comfortable, draw everything in towards the midline and begin to grow tall, keeping rooted through the balls of the feet as we rise up tall through the fingertips. Grounded through the heels, bring palms to touch. We'll exhale the hands to the heart space. Backs of the thumbs against the heart. Once again, pausing to reflect. Maybe you can feel the sense of your heartbeat against your thumb or in your fingers. Feeling the flow of fresh prana with your inhales. And perhaps taking it even to a more subtle level. So the place that remains unchanged within you. We'll begin to open up the eyes. We're going to focus in front of us just a little bit. Our hands will stay at our heart space to begin. We'll reach back with our left toes and exhale, drop our chest, lifting our left leg up in line with our left hip for warrior three. From here, I invite you to open up your arms or take any other variation of warrior three that you prefer. With an inhale, we'll swing our left knee up in line with our left hip, coming to standing stack. And cross your left ankle over your right thigh, hands to heart space, coming down into a figure four chair. So this is nice for our hips here. Sitting a little deeper, forearms to the shin. We'll inhale, stand up tall again, standing stack. And exhale, step back, crescent lunge. Left foot comes back, right foot is forward. With an exhale, drop the left hand down to the mat, underneath the left shoulder, twist open to the right, open right arm up to the sky for easy twist. Grounding right hand to the mat, you can use a fist as well, or left hand to the mat. Sorry, it's left hand to the mat, or left fist. We'll roll to the outside edge of our left foot, then come to Vashisthasana. We can always drop our bottom knee to the mat. Right arm is up to the sky. We're going to begin to sweep our right arm down towards the mat and inhale the arm up to the sky. So exhale, we kind of close off. And with an inhale, we reach up. And just move with your own breath here. Again, remembering you can drop your knee to the mat, lifting your hips high. Sweep down one more time. Inhale, right arm up. Reach right fingertips forward. Big inhale into side body. Exhale, pivot down to high plank pose. You can lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Pressing the hands into the mat, lift your heels, bend your knees, walk, hop, or float to the space in between your hands. Nice work. Inhale with your half lift, and exhale, forward fold. Bend into the knees and slowly roll it up. Inhale the arms, or the shoulders up by the ears, and exhale, roll them down. Hands will begin at the heart space again. We'll reach the right toes back as we find rooting through the left foot and drop into the T position with our exhale. Right heel lifting in line with our right hip. Left knee can be slightly bent. Once you're in your warrior three position, you can reach the arms long, either in front of you or behind you, or keep them at the heart space. With an inhale, begin to swing the right leg up, bending the right knee in line with the right hip, arms reach up, navel to spine, standing stack, crossing right ankle over your left thigh, hands to heart space, the figure four legs, And we drop down, bringing our forearms as close to our shin as possible, keeping jaw soft and your gaze focused, low core engaged, shoulders away from our ears. Inhale, we reach up tall once more. And exhale, step back into crescent lunge with our left leg forward and our right leg back. Long inside body, arms reaching up. Exhale, right hand down to the mat, underneath right shoulder, maybe just slightly in front of the right shoulder. We'll roll to the outside edge of the right foot and bring left leg back to meet it, Vashisthasana. Again, right knee can come down to the mat. Exhale, we'll draw the left fingertips down to the mat, kind of closing off our chest, and then inhale, we open up nice and wide, left fingertips up. Exhale down, inhaling up. Move with your own breath and your own energy levels. Sweep down one more time with your exhale. Inhale, draw it up. Left fingertips come forward. Big inhale into side body. Exhale, pivot to high plank pose. Lowering knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. As you roll to upward facing dog or cobra, make sure the shoulders are pressed away from the ears. Big open heart. Exhale to downward facing dog. Big inhale into low belly. Exhale through open mouth. One more big inhale. And let's exhale to a child's pose, water break, a resting pose of your choice. If you're in child's pose, the arms can rest alongside the body or reach long. But no matter which resting pose you've chosen, dropping your awareness into the heart space and feeling the movement in this area. Perhaps noticing the jewel of your heart in the center of your chest with your prana or breath swirling around it. Taking a moment to reflect on your practice this far. We'll reach our arms out long towards the front of your mat, spread the fingers wide, and return to our downward facing dog. Right leg lifts with our inhale. Exhaling, knee to nose. Right foot planting in between the hands, and we'll pivot the back heel to the mat now. Let's take a warrior two. We'll open up the hips and the shoulders and the heart space towards the long edge of the mat. Strong gaze past the middle finger. Exhale, we lean forward and take it to our extended side angle. Now we'll pause for some play. You can wrap the left arm around the low back, reaching for the right hip if you'd like to take a half bind. Some of you may prefer to take the full bind by reaching the right arm underneath your right hip. But maybe if you're just beginning, we just wrap the left arm around the low back, roll the left shoulder away from the left ear, and draw the gaze up towards the sky. Big inhale into the ribs. And with our exhale, let's return to warrior two. Open up towards the long edge of the mat now, the toes out towards outer edges, and we come to a wide-legged squat. Shoulders stacked over our hips. Our knees are kind of pointed towards the big and second toe. So you could take cactus arms. You can take hands on your hips, whatever you prefer, really. And let's just rock side to side to begin. Feeling nice, strong glutes, quads, hamstrings. Returning to our squat. Maybe lifting up your right heel, coming up slightly, both heels ground, and then we come down and lift up the left heel. Sort of pulsing here, so bringing up, and then as we lower, we lift up one heel. If this isn't feeling great in your hip joint, then you can stay stationary or maybe just skip the lifting of the heels. We'll return to both heels grounded. Bend deeply into the left knee and allow the right leg to come long. So hands can stay at the heart space, or you can drop your hands to the mat to help you come a little lower. And once you're there, maybe the hands to the heart. Maybe you take a bind. I'm on carpet, and so I need my hands on the mat to help me with my balance. Right toes up to the sky. Whichever option you've chosen will release and begin to slide forward back into warrior two. So those left heels will turn slightly in, left heel out, arms out to a T again. Inhale, reverse the warrior now. Breathing into right side body. Exhale, launch it to half moon. Grounding your right hand to the mat, lifting left heel up and left arm up to the sky. So right hand under right shoulder and lifting up left heel off of the mat. And we want our chest open towards the right side, Nicole. Yeah, there you go. Lift the left arm up to the sky if you can. Stacking your shoulders and hips on top of each other. Some of you may like to play with the expression, bringing your bottom hand to your heart, or bending your top leg and reaching for the top ankle. Bend into the right knee, coming back, warrior two. And exhale, we'll cartwheel hands to the mat to move through our vinyasa of choice or press to downward facing dog. Beautiful work. We'll lift our left leg high with an inhale. And exhale, knee to nose. Planting left foot in between the hands. And pivoting right heel to the mat, warrior two. Again, shoulders away from our ears. Feeling broad in our chest and broad in our hips. Keeping left knee over our left ankle. Exhale, extended side angle. I know the names of yoga poses. I've done this before. We'll wrap our right arm around our low back. Maybe reaching for our left hip. Maybe full bind if this is in our practice. Again, pausing, feeling the ribs expand, the shoulder relax away from the ear, the jaw soft. We'll release to warrior two again. And open up towards the long edge of our mat for wide-legged squat. Again, you could take cactus arms or hands could come to your hips if you're sick of cactus arms. And we can, once again, find some fluidity and movement, side to side. We can start to pulse again, coming up higher, and then maybe lifting up one heel as we come down. We'll pulse up one more time and come back into that wide-legged squat, hands to heart space, and begin to bend deeply into the right knee, left leg coming out long. So it's like a deep squat towards the back of your mat, toes up to the sky. I feel this very strongly in my inner thigh, my hamstrings. We'll begin to slide forward, returning to our warrior two. So your right heel will turn out slightly, your right toes turn in. Inhale, reverse warrior. Stay low in the lunge here. With exhale, launch into half moon. So left hand to the mat, or to a block, or to a paper towel roll, whatever you have. Just like we did in our extended side angle in warrior two, we want open chest, open pelvis, right arm up to the sky. Maybe we play and bring our left hand to our heart, or bend our top knee and reach for our top ankle. Beautiful work. Slow, controlled release here, bending into left knee. Step back, warrior two. Big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the mat, moving through your vinyasa of choice. Remembering that we keep strong in the core as we lower down. Inhale, we press up, opening heart space, either to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, navel to spine, drawing the spine long for downward facing dog. We'll pause in downward facing dog, and I invite you to take 3 deep breaths. Beautiful work. We'll inhale, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, curling through the spine, planting right foot on the mat. Inhale, high lunge. Rooting through your right foot, we launch into warrior three, meaning your hands can come to heart space. You can take airplane arms, and we'll lift up the left leg in line with our left hip. We'll inhale, swing left leg up, bending at left knee, and crossing left over right thigh. Exhale, sitting into the chair with figure 4 legs. Now, once you're here, you can stay here or drop your hands to the mat. I know some of you might appreciate an arm balance. Otherwise, you can hang out in the forward fold and enjoy a nice hip opening. So bend a little bit into your right knee, draw navel to spine, and see if you can come back up to standing, bringing hands to heart space. And then we'll inhale, stand up nice and tall again, lifting left knee up in line with left hip, and step back, opening up, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, launching into half moon. Again, right hand to mat or to support underneath the right hand. Left arm reaching up to the sky and seeing how open you can keep your pelvis and your heart space towards the long edge of the mat. Again, with invitation for play or exploration. We'll bend safely into right knee, stepping back nice and gently. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands to mat, high plank pose, lowering vinyasa, or pressing downward facing dog. We'll lift left leg with an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, and left foot in between the hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Grounding through left foot, begin to launch into your warrior three of choice, slowly dropping the chest, lifting right leg, navel to spine, long from lifted heel to lift to the crown of the head. Beginning to release our warrior three. Inhale, swinging the right leg up, knee in line with hip, arms reach up. Crossing right ankle over left thigh. Exhale, sit back into the invisible chair here. And again, pausing for either the strengthening pose, or if you want more of a stretch and it's available to you, dropping hands to the mat. Keeping the foot active, your right foot active. Bend into the left knee, engage navel to spine, and begin to come back up, nice and strong. Inhale, reaching right knee up in line with right hip. And we'll exhale, step it back to our warrior two, opening up our pelvis and shoulders to long edge of the mat, arms out to a T. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Finding length in the side body. And with our exhale, we shift our gaze forward and we launch into half moon, grounding left hand to the mat, underneath left shoulder, lifting up right heel, seeing if we can keep chest open towards long edge of the mat. Slowly bending into left knee, coming back to warrior two. Steady grounding here. Exhale, we cartwheel hands to mat. We take the spinal vinyasa class. So if there's any transition that you're working on, anything you wish to play with, this is the time I invite you to do that. Let's inhale. Exhale through open mouth. Big inhale. And we'll drop our knees to the mat. Sit our hips to our heels, knees wide, child's pose. And we pause to reflect once more. Begin to lift up our chest. We'll take a seat on the mat. A little closer now. So let's cross our right leg over our left leg, and we'll come into a cow's face pose. So for those of you who I can see, look all right, look good, yeah. Okay. From here, you can begin to lean forward as we round over our knees. So grounded through the sits bones. The spine can round, so you can place your hands on your ankles, your arms can reach out long. It's up to you. I always invite my students to do what feels best for their body, keeping the jaw soft, the shoulders relaxed. Noticing where you feel the sensation. There's my daughter singing the song of her people in the background. Let's begin to lift up our chest. Just slightly keep the cross of the legs. Now what you're going to do is just start to walk your hands over towards your bottom foot. And maybe you'll find a little bit more sensation, a little deeper into the side body. So keep the right hand grounded and allow the heart space to open up, reaching arms up to the sky, and then exhaling arm overhead. So this is going to be very dependent upon how you're feeling in this joint. You may be able to come down fairly low. You may have to stay a little bit higher. But here we're just finding a lot of length in side body, keeping jaw soft. Shift your gaze down towards the mat and then reach the left arm over towards the left side of the room and allow it to pull you back up to the center. We'll place the hands to the mat and just cross the legs the opposite way. It's a very Reno showgirl asana is what I like to call that one. Crossing the legs the opposite way, grounded through the sits bones. And again, we can begin to round over the knees. Again, noticing where you feel sensation in this pose. And then making any adjustments if there's anything you can do to help yourself be a little more comfortable in this pose. We'll come up a little bit from this forward fold and then walk our body over towards our bottom foot again. Just hanging out here for a moment, getting acquainted with the sensation here. We'll keep our left arm grounded or coming up a little bit if we need to. And reaching our arm up and over, right arm up and over to side body. Shift your gaze down towards the mat and we'll reach the right fingertips out and allow it to pull us up. Back to neutral spine. We'll uncross the legs, this time soles of the feet on the mat. We'll reach forward and roll onto our back, one vertebra at a time. Once you're on your back, I invite you to take any last poses or any last movements that will help you to complete your practice. This may include an inversion if you wish to take an inversion, or another shape that will help you to feel a little more comfortable as we prepare for Shavasana. I'll still lead us through a spinal twist. So no matter where we are, let's all return to having our knees drawn into our chest with our whole spine grounded, eventually just rolling out, slowly but surely. And we'll draw the right knee into the chest, left leg out long, extending. Hug the right knee in towards your armpit and exhale, guide the right knee over to the left side of your room. Right arm extends long. Gaze up at the sky or past the right shoulder. Releasing our right hip to the mat. Extending right leg long and hugging left knee into the chest. Hugging it in and exhale, guiding it over. Left arm extends from the left shoulder. Gaze at the sky or past the left shoulder. A slow release of this spinal twist. Any last movements you need to make. And we'll find ourselves in our Shavasana. Snuggling the shoulders underneath us. Allowing gravity to anchor us to the earth. We find space and ease in the face, in the throat, in the heart, in the navel, all the way down to the soles of the feet. Take one last deep inhale to low belly. And with our exhale, we find Shavasana. We'll deepen our breath into our navel. Draw a breath into the heart space. And conscious breath to the third eye. Incorporating movement, drawing yourself back. With an inhale, give yourself a nice big stretch. Exhale, draw the knees into the chest as we roll over to one side. And gently push ourselves up to an easy seat. Our hands resting on the knees, the eyes closed, just one more time. Attention to those things that haven't changed. We've shifted our body shape. We've paid attention to breath and movement, but our heart is still beating. Our breath is still flowing. And perhaps on a more subtle level, the observer or witness feels a little more clear. With an inhale, we'll sweep the arms up to the sky. Bring our palms to touch. Exhale the hands to the heart space. Remembering our dedication from the beginning of class, deep inhale into every cell. Exhale, share this energy with your dedication. Thank you for joining me in this practice. Namaste.